Warning, this video is not intended to be an actual tutorial. If you're expecting a real tutorial and are expecting to figure out how to use something, please leave the video. Anyways, please enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How To Patrick Star. And now, here's your host, Patrick Star.
Patrick, we're started.
Oh, sorry. Hello, my boys. It's me, Patrick Star, for another episode of How To Patrick Star. And we'd like to thank everyone for watching the first video. If you haven't, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Unless I forget, that's prone to happen.
Oh, good grief.
As always, I have SpongeBob as my cameraman. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Patrick, I still don't think this series is a good idea.
It's a fine idea, SpongeBob. And today, we're back with another gaming peripheral video.
Is that even the right term?
I have no idea. So, I'm sure a lot of you have felt that we have been so tired of looking down, bending our necks when we play our favorite Game Boy console.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see, it's always tiring.
Patrick,
What, SpongeBob?
look behind you.
What's your point?
Those aren't Game Boys. Those are DS's.
On that subject, Nintendo, make a DS console hybrid, you
Whoa, Patrick, that is way too far.
Hey, I've seen people who have stooped lower than that when it comes to insulting Nintendo.
I guess you're not wrong, but still, yikes. Don't say that again, okay?
Alright, I won't.
Get the right things.
Okay. So, as I was saying, we all felt that pain about having to look down, looking down, breaking our necks to play these Game Boy games. And you know what? It's about time I say I'm freaking sick of it. So, I'm gonna give you not one, but two options when it comes to playing Game Boy games on the big screen.
On a TV?
No, at the movie theater!
We can't do that, Patrick. We don't have the budget for that.
Oh. Okay, fine, we'll do it on the TV instead. So, what you're gonna do, we're gonna go with two options here, and they are the Super Game Boy and the Game Boy Player. Now keep in mind that these things might be pretty expensive, so this is only for the people who can afford them.
Wow, wait, really?
Well, I'm sure the people watching this will still find it entertaining.
Please, people, don't take that the wrong way.
Anyway, we're gonna start with the Super Game Boy that released first.
Alright, where is it?
Let me go get it. Here it is right here. It's, pretty cool, huh?
You're holding it upside down.
Oh! Yes, this is the Super Game Boy. And, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to use it.
Okay, so, what are you gonna need for this mess?
I'll show you, SpongeBob. First up, you're going to need the Super Nintendo... You son of a bitch, get out of here. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which is the console that it runs on.
Okay.
You're going to need a controller.
Patrick, how come, that controller has the international buttons?
I have no idea. We just bought it like this.
Okay, then that's very odd. People, tampering with these things.
And then, of course, you're going to need, let me go get it very quickly, the AC adapter.
Oh, not this again.
And, of course, an AV cable.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing.
What?
Games.
Okay, then.
So, let us begin.
Patrick, we're rolling.
Huh? Okay, so we have the Super Nintendo over here now. So what we're gonna need first is the AC adapter. Oh my god. Oh, okay, ow.
What's wrong, Patrick?
It's heavy as a bastard.
Well, you just lifted it over there perfectly fine.
What?
Come on, Patrick, you can do it.
Okay.
Oh, crap!
Okay, so it's apparently that this is too heavy for me to carry, so we're gonna have my, unknown assistant do it.
Not me.
No.
Okay.
So, what you're gonna do, well, of course, make sure this is unwrapped.
That's not a good way to do it, Patrick.
Whatever. They're gonna come down to your friendly best friend, that is the AC adapter. And make sure you have plenty of room because this thing's pretty big, and we're gonna insert it there. Now, where's the other part? Oh! Oh, okay, that wasn't funny, man. Give me that. Thank you. Now we're gonna plug this weird thingamajig into the back of the console. Right there, as you see. Come on now. Okay? Just like that. Nice and simple. And now, while we're on the subject here, we're gonna need the AV cable, of course. So we're gonna take, here we go,
Patrick!
What?
That's the Xbox one.
Oh! Which one was the right one again?
You explained this in the last video! It's this one.
Oh. Where? Oh, this one. I just dropped it.
Patrick, wouldn't it be too much trouble to write scripts?
I don't know. Okay, so now we got the right one. This one. So now we're gonna plug it in over here. So take it like this. Make sure the part right there is up, facing upwards. And we're just gonna plug it in just like this. Oh, come on, there we go. See? Okay, our plugs are all set. But, of course, we still need to, get this.
So they're not all set, Patrick. You're lying.
Quiet! Okay. Now, as always, you plug this one into here. Plug that one into here. And then you plug this one, very important, into here. Okay, so now...
Patrick, that's wrong.
How's it wrong?
The yellow is where... The white is where the... I can't even explain it.
Oh, you're saying the wrong colors?
Yes, you did this perfectly before. How did you screw this up now?
I don't remember.
Oh my god. Hold on a second. Okay, fellas, we're back. I am so sorry for that. That's how it's supposed to look like. I don't know what Patrick was thinking here.
I was doing it right.
Oh my... Never mind. Okay, move on. Well, what's next?
Oh, next up, we need a controller. Let me go get that. Okay, so we're back. We got our controller here. So now we gotta plug it into the console. So we take this doohickey and make sure that... Actually, I just realized they're both not the same. Well, regardless, make sure that that is like that. And then you plug it right in, just like so. There.
Don't do that.
Sorry. Okay. So now we're all set and ready to go.
No, we're not, Patrick.
What?
You're forgetting the important part again.
And what is that?
The Super Game Boy.
Oh, right. Okay, so, where the heck is it? Oh, here it is.
How the hell did that happen?
Magic. Anyway, here we have the Super Game Boy. So what we're gonna do is insert our... What we're gonna do is... What we're gonna...
2 hours later.
Okay, the Super Game Boy is now standing up and it's not being a bitch. So now we're gonna put our Game Boy game in. For this demonstration, we're gonna be using Super Mario Land. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna carefully slide it in there. Just like so. And then,
You know, Patrick, you could have just done that with the things facing down or on the ground or like flat.
well, just for so. Oh! Okay, now that we got our Game Boy game in, the Super Game Boy, we gotta put it in.
Now what?
We're gonna put it in the Super Nintendo, just like so.
Oh! What's wrong?
Oh, I just got a cramp.
What, out of nowhere?
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, I'm back after a little while. My cramp's gone, so now I'm gonna carefully put this in now. Oh. Okay. Now let's head to the TV. Why, hello there. We're at the TV now. So now we turn on the Super Nintendo. Watch the magic happen. What? It's in there! What are you talking about? Oh! Okay, we're back. We gave everything a thorough cleaning, and I think we're ready now, so let's try that again. The first time didn't happen. Hell yeah! Look at that sexiness!
Sexy what?
Shut up. And as you see, we now have our Game Boy game on the big screen. Oh.
You know, it's kind of hard to see everything considering the CRT stuff.
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna switch over to a capture card. Okay, guys, we're on the capture card now, and we got some Super Game Boy stuff here. So, I mean, at this point, well, you play. I said you play. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Super Game Boy.
Patrick, there's more to the Super Game Boy.
There is?
Yes.
Well, SpongeBob, why don't you take a spot of explaining?
Wait, really? You want me to explain?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let me take care of these Goombas very quickly. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, let me pause. That's not all that the Super Game Boy is capable of doing. If you press L and R, you actually get a menu.
Ooh, fancy. And what does this stuff do?
Well, I'll show you. This right here is for color palettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get 2 different pages, or no, a couple of different pages, actually. 4 different pages of color palettes.
Interesting.
And, for example, you got like this. I think this is like the default one. I don't know what the other one was on. And then I think here you got like the black and white, the typical stuff that you'd want, honestly. And then you also have like the green, the simple Game Boy colors as well. But basically, like, you know, you go around and you select whatever one fits your style, of course. This one's the default one, but honestly prefer going for the black and white, honestly.
Alright, that's cool. Hey, what's that face right there?
You know, Patrick, it's about the...
Oh, right. We'll get to that. Now, what about this one?
Okay, this one is borders.
Oh, borders, huh?
Yeah, you got like the Game Boy. This is like a no border. We got this one. If it would load, here we go.
Ooh.
Here's another one.
Ooh.
We got this one.
Ooh, fancy.
We got this one. I think this is a film. Oh, it's a movie. Yeah, movie theater. I thought it was close enough. Whatever.
What's the cat do?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, just a bunch of cats.
How about the pencil?
Okay, that's self-explanatory. And then here's the last one.
What's that last one?
Oh, no, Patrick, we'll get to that. Then we have this, which is all about configuration.
Configuration, eh?
Yeah, so far, I think everything is fine. We got style A, which I'm not really too comfortable with. I usually do style B.
Oh, I see.
But whatever floats your boat here. You can see the controls over there. And then we have this.
What's that?
This allows you to make your own color palette.
Really?
Yeah, so you could make,
Could I make the white pink?
Yes, Patrick, you can.
Oh my god, I gotta try that. Oh my god. And then I could make the grays, orange?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, whoa, I don't know about making the yellows that color.
Well, oh my god. What does R do? I said, what does R do? Oh, it's like an undo of sorts.
Yeah. But yeah, it's you just gotta mess around.
What does this do?
I think that clears it.
Okay then. The camera?
I think that, screenshots or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what everything does.
There's a password up there.
Oh yeah, that you can also memorize the password here. In fact, if you mess with the numbers here, you see that you get like certain stuff here.
Ah. Interesting. How about this?
This just changes the colors.
Oh, I see. What about all this up here?
I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here it is. It darkens the colors.
Oh! I see. That's pretty cool.
So you make your own color palette, and then you write this password down to get your whatever you get back.
Oh, I see.
So let's head back. Okay, I don't actually want the standard Game Boy border. I forgot we didn't change that.
Okay. Then what's this one?
This right here is a little thing where you could doodle around the border.
Oh, you mean like make a custom border?
Yes, you can. As you see.
Oh, wow. Can you draw on it?
No, I don't think you can draw on the. Oh no, you can.
Wow, I'd love to play the game like that.
So the black square allows you to draw on the border itself, while this allows you to draw everywhere, including on the game.
Oh. I'm gonna draw you, SpongeBob.
Okay. What the?
It's so hard doing this on a thing. But there you are, SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
And then we leave. And then you have that as your own border. Oh, I could definitely play so much better like this.
Oh, good grief, Patrick. I don't think that's not ideal, honestly.
Oh, don't be a sourpuss, SpongeBob. But, what else is there to do?
Well, there is something else, Patrick, and I think you should explain it.
All right. Now, of course, you might be reeling drawing with a D-pad. That sounds pretty bad, right? Well, don't worry. I got a solution for you. I'm going to show you what that is. If you're uncomfortable using a D-pad for painting and drawing and all of that stuff, well, don't you worry, because I got you covered. Because if you have the SNES mouse, you can use this for the menus. So, let's give it a try.
All right, then.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we got the mouse here. So now we're going to plug this in to the second controller port. Make sure it's backwards like that.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Now, come on now. Stupid hunk of junk's not going in. Why would you go in? Okay, after some wrestling, it's in, so, let's check out the fruits of our labor. Okay, we are back with, the Super Game Boy Capture Card stuff.
What?
Okay, that was a bit weird how I put it. But, so how you access the menu with the mouse? You press both of the mouse buttons. Just like that. And you see here, lot faster than a joystick, huh?
Not a joystick, it's a D-pad.
D-pad, sorry, D-pad. So now, you can select all of your preferences with the mouse, as you see here. So, yeah. And of course, it makes drawing a hell of a lot better. So, let's try that out. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Hey, SpongeBob. I'm gonna draw a picture of Squidward.
You are?
Yes.
I don't think we have time.
I'm sure as hell gonna try. There's his big nose. There's his eyes.
Oh, boy.
There's his giant head. His stupid frown.
Okay, Squidward. I don't think Squidward looks like that, Patrick.
Well, it's just sure. Okay, he's gonna have one pupil.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah. And then I will do one last thing before we move on.
And what is that?
Okay, never mind.
What were you gonna do?
I was gonna say Patrick was here. But, yeah. So that's pretty much, everything that I, had to say.
Really?
Yes. As always, that's pretty much everything I've shown off about the Super Game Boy in terms of this menu. Okay, this stops it, apparently. That's what that does. But, yeah, regardless, we are not done, though, because there is some other stuff for the Super Game Boy that we need to address.
And, what may that be, Patrick?
You see, folks, there's more to what meets the eye with the Super Game Boy. Not only do you have all those neat features, but certain Game Boy games have extra content, like exclusive borders, exclusive color palettes, improved sound effects, improved music. And so to show you what I mean, we're gonna stick in Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, because this actually has some extra stuff that I've just said. So let's take it over there. Let's just stick it right in.
Upside down.
Oh. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, so he's just stuck Donkey Kong in there, and it should switch Yep, there you go. See there? We got a border. That's one of the bonuses here. And we got a exclusive color palette as well.
So that's what you mean? So wait, does Donkey Kong have all of this stuff?
No. It doesn't have everything. The only thing it's missing is improved music.
I see.
So, let's just head in here. Ooh.
Was that dialogue?
Yeah, that wasn't in the original game, or when you play it on a Game Boy, you don't get that.
I see.
Okay. A speed strap. Watch this.
What are you gonna do?
Oh.
Oh, wow, great job.
Quiet, okay? Here we go.
Get.
Okay, forget that. Let's, we're gonna go through this level, and then we're gonna continue, okay?
Alright, just don't take too long, okay?
Alright, don't worry. But yeah, as you see here, we get some better stuff here. And, I think it actually it looks great. It's pretty good. There's benefits. So, yeah.
Very, interesting.
Yeah. Wait. Make sure to get up there. Perfect.
So hold on, I got a question, Patrick.
Oh, sure. Lay it on me, SpongeBob.
What about the...
Okay, that was an enemy. I didn't even know. No, you don't.
So, is there anything else worth noting about these exclusive Game Boy things?
Oh, yeah, okay. As I said, not everything, or not all of them feature, the same, content. Hold on, let me get that.
I think you're still missing one.
Whatever, we're not here for completion. We're not even here for gameplay. We're just doing this for demonstration purposes.
Fair point, I suppose. But what else is there?
Well, let's take a look here. I believe you still can do the other border. Yeah, that's what that face there was for. You can still go back to this.
I see.
And I believe you can still do, whatchamacallit. Yeah, you can still do, like, these palettes.
I see. Is there any way to turn off the improved dialogue?
Well, if you wanted the option, let's just check very quickly. The game froze. From what I remember, I don't think so, yeah.
Well, that was brilliant.
Quiet. Okay,
Anything else?
well, one more thing about the Super Game Boy. Okay, so some of you may know,
Wait, Patrick, where the heck did you even come from?
up there.
Okay, I'm not even gonna question that.
So, as I said before, the Super Game Boy was made during the Super Nintendo days. So, unfortunately, it doesn't really have that. So, it doesn't have support with the Game Boy Advance. So, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. As for Game Boy Color, however, most of the library, same thing. Nothing. But that's not to say that it's entirely impossible.
Hey, what, you gonna hack it?
No. I wouldn't do that. But I will say that Game Boy Color games that are backwards compatible with the original Game Boy do work on the Super Game Boy. So, let me think here. I'm gonna need an example before we can continue. Okay, that will work. For this example, we're gonna use Rugrats Time Travelers for Game Boy Color. You can see right here clearly, it's a Game Boy Color game. And you might be wondering, how can you tell if I could play this on Super Game Boy? Well, I'll show you here. You see here? Watch this, look at this. It's a black cartridge. If your Game Boy Color game is a black cartridge, that means it is backwards compatible on the Super Game Boy. Or an original Game Boy for that matter. So, to prove it, I'm gonna go put it in there. Beep, 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 beep. No, I'm losing it. Beep, 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 beep. Mayday. Oh.
Really, Patrick? That was overdramatic.
Sorry. Okay, let's start. Oh. Okay, back on the Super Game Boy. And as you see here, it's loading just fine. Hold on, let me get my preferred colors going here. Wrong! Yike! Okay. But, so sadly, despite the Game Boy, Super Game Boy, having some color stuff with some of the other, games, unfortunately these exclusive Game Boy Color games, backwards compatible Game Boy Color games, do not offer color whatsoever. So, unfortunately, you will be playing the Game Boy version in a sense. I will point out that if a Game Boy Color game has had a Game Boy version with Super Game Boy content, then the Game Boy Color version should have that Super Game Boy content. Also, yes, because we're playing the Game Boy version, some graphical details are missing, and you don't have the bonus game that you could typically find all the way over here.
I see. So, anything else worth noting, Patrick? Or are you just gonna play this game?
Nothing. I'm not really gonna focus on that. But, basically, you get the idea. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Super Game Boy.
Okay, then.
Why does Chucky jump like he's on the moon?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you that.
Well, regardless, I'm not gonna get involved here, so... let us move on to our next peripheral.
Oh, good grief.
And thus, that was the Super Game Boy. Definitely a neat little piece of hardware for the time. And definitely, it's definitely pretty cool. If you get your hands on one, I'd recommend it. But only if you're playing original Game Boy games, of course. So, but what if that's a problem? What if that's your problem? You don't want to play just original Game Boy games. You want to play all of the Game Boy games. Well, have I got a deal for you? Yeah, I didn't put this out there for clickbait. There is another thing you can do, and I'm gonna give it to you because I love you very much.
Patrick, that's weird.
Sorry. Anyway, here we go. Our next topic. Introducing the Game Boy Player.
Patrick, actually, I don't know if this is really a good idea.
Why?
This thing is overly expensive, and I don't think most of the people are gonna be able to follow along.
Oh, to that I say, screw all the people who are selling GameCube stuff. Stop making them so expensive.
Patrick, I think that was uncalled for, calling out people like that.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you do have this, then follow along with me. You're going to need the Game Boy Player, and this is for the Nintendo GameCube, so you're going to need a GameCube, as you see here. You're, of course, going to need a controller. You're going to need your obvious cords, as always.
Isn't that AV cable the same one we use?
Yeah, I mean, come on, like, we know that, SpongeBob, by now.
Alright, fair point.
And then, we need an extra stuff here. You're gonna need the special disc that allows you to use the thing.
It requires a disc?
Yeah, some people say that this thing's worse than the Super Game Boy because of this. Although, again, this plays Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. I don't know what AVGN's smoking, but it's not good.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, you're gonna need... oh, I just dropped it. Okay, guys, I found it. You're gonna need a quarter.
Quarter? Don't tell me this thing, like, requires money.
No, SpongeBob, it doesn't. Trust me. Trust me.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Whenever you do a close-up like that, it tells me you're wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get started. So let me move most of this junk out of the way, because first we're gonna need to address the important stuff.
Why are you doing that to the coin?
You'll see. So first up, we're gonna install this onto this. So...
Game Boy Player to GameCube.
I get that. So we're gonna flip the GameCube over just like so. And, what's going on here?
Oh, we lost the cover to that a long time ago.
Oh, so we're gonna open this.
No, Patrick, wait a minute.
Just like so. You need to remove this as well. And you see that little thing right there? We gotta connect it to that.
Patrick!
What?
Before you go moving that, I do not want you to do that because that's, again, this is expensive. This is like rare stuff we're dealing with here.
Why? What's wrong?
First of all, that's not for that.
It's not?
No, that's for the broadband adapter, the thing that technically their internet thing.
Oh! So we're not using that?
No.
Alright, let me put all this stuff back on very quickly. It goes like that. Come on. There we go. And then you go on. Oh, stop it. Ugh, stupid piece of crap. Go in. Oh, no, it's backwards. That's why.
Patrick, you're wasting everybody's time.
Come on like that. Oh my God! Oh.
Yo, Patrick, I don't know how the heck that happened.
Oh my God. Oh.
You better now?
Yeah, I'm better. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Game Boy Player. We're gonna flip it upside down, and we're gonna connect it. You see how that lines up? Connect it into that. Push down firmly, and there we go. It's connected. Now, you might notice here, we got screws. These big, thick screws. With that one stripped pretty bad. And we need to get the coin here. Now, you take the coin, and you use this to screw it in. Just like so. I can put myself down.
Wow, breaking the fourth wall.
Quiet! Okay, so you do this. You turn it. It's going to be very difficult, okay? Especially very difficult with one hand. So, yeah. You turn it like that.
Is that all?
Yes. Oh, make sure, by the way, make sure you don't turn it too much. Just make sure it's screwed in enough to the point where it can, it doesn't, like, wobble. Like, right there is fine, I think. Okay, maybe a little bit more. You don't want it too far in.
I think I understand why, Patrick.
Yeah. Once it gets a little bit hard to do, that's where you leave it. Like right there. And also make sure that you can also undo it as well. Okay. Now we do the other one. Okay. This one's pretty stripped, so this one might be a little harder.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, the manual says that you don't want to do these too far in, or else you're not going to be able to get them back out.
I see, and that's why that one looks like that.
Exactly. If this didn't move, then we probably wouldn't have been able to do this video. Okay, come on now. Okay, I don't think that's gonna move too much. In fact, actually, no, I think it's perfectly fine. Make sure it still moves. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. We are golden. Now, as you see here, our Game Boy player is now attached to our GameCube. So now let's go set this bad boy up. Okay, so our GameCube's over here now. So now we gotta plug it in. So, just turn this around.
Oh, I see you got the later model.
Yeah, no component crap. But, so here we are. We got our AC adapter box thingy. So here we have. This is the part that goes into the console. So we gotta, plug that in like so. Oh no, it's like this. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that was tough for a second there. Okay, you see there? And then we're gonna take this part right here and plug it in down here.
Hey, where did the other AC adapter go for the Super Nintendo?
I have no idea. It just kind of vanished.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, always be careful when you're dealing with these electric stuff, kids. You don't want to hurt yourself. Put that down there.
Wow. You unplugged that in the process.
Oh, God damn it. Let me go get that. Okay, here we go again. Oh, my God. I hope I didn't break that. Oh, just get it in there. Break the fourth wall. Oh, just gonna get it done now.
Oh, good grief, Patrick, real professional.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's get the AV cable now. Okay, I shouldn't have to explain this since we already did it before with the Super Nintendo. Although, okay, here we go. Just like that. Oh, there we go. Everything's all plugged up and ready to go. So, and then, in case you're wondering about the AV, I already did that. So now we need the controller and the disc in a game, and then we'll be all set to go. Okay, we got our GameCube controller. Now we just gotta plug it in. So, it should be nice and self-explanatory. You just gotta do it like this. Oh. Now, I want to point out that we're not gonna be able to show off everything here. There's an exclusive controller for the Super Game Boy. I don't have that. And if you have the Game Boy Advance link connector cable thingy, you could use your Game Boy Advance as a controller, but we don't have that either. So, yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with this. So, sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna have to get this. This is the disc we need. Let me open that up. Now, be very careful. This is the very most important part of getting this thing to run. So make sure you keep this in good condition and make sure you don't damage it. Make sure it doesn't get ruined. And make sure you don't lose it either. Because, again, it's the most important part of using this thing. Just like that. And now, let me just close this up. We're going to do some games. We're going to sample every Game Boy game, or every Game Boy system. For Game Boy, we're going to have Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures. For Game Boy Color, we're going to do Nicktoons Racing. And for Game Boy Advance, we're going to do Mario Kart Super Circuit. So, let's get this game right here. Oh, come on, okay. Oh, here we go. Let me get that out of there. Okay. Can we just cut?
Okay, yeah, we should do that.
Okay, I got it out. Now, we're gonna put it in, like this. Make sure it's upside down. You stick it right in there, and then wait for that click. Oh, that's so good. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna show you this. Whenever you need to eject, you don't pull it out. There's a little, let me turn the console actually. Little lever right here. You see that? See that right there? You push that, and you will let the game out. Just be careful. Some games, they might go flying.
I see.
Anyway, let's stick that back in, and then we can begin the process. Okay, we got the TV plugged in again. Now let's hit the road. Oh, I love the GameCube. Okay, and... Perfect! We have yield success. But, I think we need to get back to capture card. So, SpongeBob, get back to capture card.
How do I do that?
Press the big red button right there.
Okay.
Okay, we're back on the capture card. Now, we're here with the Game Boy game, as you can see, which is, of course, Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures. Skip everything, just get into the game. And, I mean, this is probably a bad game to do the example with, but, you know, we had over, we had some other things.
Okay then.
So, as you see here, there's a few things. You might notice the colors. We'll get to that in a second. Actually, no, we'll get to it now. I'm gonna restart.
Okay.
And if you hold a combination on here, we'll hold B in the direction, like on the Game Boy Advance, you will get the color palette stuff.
Okay, so that's how you change color palettes?
Yeah, it's like what you do on a Game Boy Advance.
Alright, fair point. So there's like one giant Game Boy Advance?
Yes, there is one other difference, but I'll get to that in a bit.
Okay, but, yeah, so that's pretty much this?
Yeah, you can use the joystick. X and Y serve as select. If you press L and R with the Game Boy or Game Boy Color game, you can stretch the resolution.
Oh god, yeah, don't do that.
Okay. And, you might notice there's some extra options up here.
I am one of those.
Yeah, you press Z, and you have this stuff here. And we got a bunch of frames. You see here.
A lot of frames. There's not really a good way to see them.
You'd have to look really close. There's one that's a GameCube.
There is?
Yeah, this one.
Ah.
You can also change the view you see here, like normal and full. I guess normal is like more akin to a Game Boy Advance, honestly.
Yeah, I suppose so. Almost like the Super Game Boy, almost.
Yeah, I see a lot of people prefer playing like this, but I don't know, I like doing full, honestly.
Okay.
And then here you can change some of the controls. You can make select the triggers, and then L and R be, these buttons.
I see.
You can also mess with, the filters. I always like to do sharp.
Okay.
And then we got a timer. You can set for a minute to an hour.
I see.
I don't think I've ever really tried this, so why the heck not? I don't know what it does once it's over.
What would the point of that even be?
I have no idea. And then, of course, you can also change the game pack.
Okay.
So, press that, and then we select yes, and now we can change our pack. So why don't we move on to an actual Game Boy Color game that is, not, that is exclusive.
Alright then.
So we take this out, use the switch like before. Let me just quickly put this back in its box. And put that back on the shelf. And here we have our next game. Take that out, and pop it in.
What the?
I usually do that off screen. And as you see there, perfect. Now, for the Game Boy Color games that are exclusive, of course, you don't have that combination thing.
Yeah, I didn't think not.
Alright. Yeah, come on, I get it. Come on! Move faster! SpongeBob, why wasn't I in this version of the game?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Let's jump in. Rugrats. This. Bed.
Okay.
And then I'll be Tommy. And, basically same exact sort of thing here. You you're just playing the game on the big screen. And again, you can do that.
Please don't do that.
Sorry. So, yeah, not much to say here. SpongeBob, how's your day?
It's fine. What does that have to do with the tutorial?
Nothing at all.
Oh, well. Is that pretty much it?
Yes. Oh, by the way, whatever you do, you do not... Oh, God!
Oh, God.
You do not want to eject this thing. You do not want to eject the game while it's in use.
Why?
Because the thing will make a terrifying noise.
How terrifying. Let me try.
Please don't!
What, like low bass keys or something, really?
Low bass?
Okay, wow, you're really... Patrick, you're a bit of a baby, aren't you?
Oh my God, quiet. No, let's just move on to Super Circuit.
Okay, fine.
This is the moment, this is the grand finale. Because this thing can play Game Boy Advance games. Reset's not working.
It says you gotta turn it off.
Oh, picky.
It was your own fault, Patrick. You tempted me.
No, you're the one who did it.
Oh, good grief.
Alright, let's just play ourselves some Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Yeah, you see here, Game Boy Advance. Surprising that it had, honestly, I really wish they had more of a convenient way. That's not so expensive nowadays.
It's called emulation, SpongeBob.
No.
Where are we going?
Quick race.
Okay, quick race. Just do that for a demonstration. Yoshi. And then we'll do, what do I want to do here?
Ribbon Road.
Okay, we'll do Ribbon Road. But yeah, pretty much. All 3 Game Boy consoles are here and accounted for. So, yes.
Is there anything you can't do?
Well, I'm not sure about, the Game Boy, I'm not sure about the Game Boy camera. We don't own it, that's why we didn't bother mentioning it with, the Super, Game Boy. But that is compatible if you really want to do that.
You're sucking, Patrick.
I'm trying to discuss stuff. That's why I'm sucking. Besides, I'm not really that big on Super Circuit.
Alright, yeah, fair point, I suppose.
So, yeah. I don't know if it works here. If it is, then it's just gonna be looking up. So you're not really gonna have that much luck if you do decide to do that.
Yeah, he's got a point there, folks.
You son of a frick. But yeah, and unfortunately, you cannot watch Game Boy Advance video on the Game Boy player.
Why?
Because, I don't know, copyright or something? Piracy?
How would you... I don't even know. Like, it's poor quality. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, me neither. But, I'm not gonna finish this race. So, why don't we wrap up the video, because that's all that we have to show here.
Okay, that fast?
Yeah. And that concludes our tutorial on how to use not only a Super Game Boy, but a Game Boy player.
Okay, that was, a bit hectic still, but I guess not as messy as last time.
I'm not that dumb, SpongeBob.
Oh, really?
Well, no, anyway, thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you guys out. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what your favorite is. Do you like the Game Boy player more or the Super Game Boy? And stay tuned for the next How to Patrick Star. So long! Fade out on my mouth.
Ew.